SUM and SUMX. Do you know what they are and what they do? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys what they are and how you can use them for your Power BI report. Hi, my name is Fernan from Solutions Abroad. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all the videos that I upload in this channel. And make sure you stick to the very end, guys, because I'm going to show you a good resource where you can check if DAX gets too confusing. SUM and SUMX are some of what we call DAX expressions. DAX is the expression language that Power BI uses. Now you don't really need DAX to make reports. In fact, you can even make basic reports without knowing DAX at all. But learning DAX will open up a whole lot of options for you, especially as you make more complex calculations. SUM and SUMX are some of the more basic functions that you can use. What they do is that they add up all the numbers in a column, but there are a few differences between the two of them. So let's have a look at them now. So I have an example here of a sales table that I just created with some basic information like units sold or unit price. We also have a table called total amount, which is essentially just unit price multiplied by units sold. Let me show you something. Let me break down this date into date hierarchies so we can see the data in months. So as you can see, as we change the context of our table from being dates into months, the numbers on our right-hand columns also recalculate. Now, if you look at these values on the right-hand side under values, when I right-click on units sold, you will see that it's being aggregated as SUM, which is also being done in the other fields. So as you can see, there are many different ways you can aggregate your data, like average or count, but we'll talk about them another time. As you can see, you don't really need DAX to make these basic aggregations, especially because Power BI lets you use them without having to learn anything about DAX at all. You can just do it from the Power BI UI. Now, you can achieve the same result by using the SUM function in DAX. So let me show you how you can do that. So we're going to try to create a measure that replicates units sold. So first, we're going to create the measure. We'll name it and we'll start writing SUM. You'll see that the pop-up recognizes that what you're writing is a function, and it gives you some tips on what you need to put in order to make the function work. In this case, it's only looking for the column, which is units sold. So let's put that in. Now you'll see that as I add this measure into the table, you'll see that its values are exactly the same as the units sold, even if I play around with the date hierarchies. SUMX works pretty much the same, except that it lets you add some expressions so you can evaluate the result. Let me show you what I mean. So in this case, let's pretend you didn't have a total amounts column, so you have to create a measure that calculates the total amount from the units sold and the unit price. So how do we do that? Let's start by creating a new measure. Let's write the name and let's start writing SUMX. Now take advantage of the pop-ups when you can, because it can tell you things like if you're writing the functions wrong or if you don't know what it does or what it needs. The first thing it asks is for a table, which is where our data lives. So let's put sales in this one. Next is the expression, which is what we want to evaluate in this. In this case, we want to multiply units sold to unit price. Now let's hit enter and let's add this measure into our table. Now you'll see that when I add this measure into our table, it functions pretty much the same as the total amounts column. In fact, because we created this measure, we actually don't need this total amount column at all. Now this kind of measure helps, especially if you're trying to keep your table sizes small and your queries running fast. Finally, if you're finding the tooltips a little bit difficult to understand, or maybe you don't get what it's trying to say at all, Microsoft has a DAX reference on their website, which goes into great detail about all of the functions, as well as some examples for you to get started. And that's it. I hope this video has helped you in getting started with your DAX journey. If you found this useful, please leave a like to this video, because it helps me grow out the channel and reach out to more people. Any suggestions or feedback, please leave them in the comments down below. It will really help me improve the quality of the content in this channel. Finally, if you want to get in touch with me, I'm including my email address as well as links to my social media accounts in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope I see you again next time.